There's a pattern in how you love. You did not choose it. You were probably not taught it on purpose, and the most of the time, you can't even see it. But it shapes who you're drawn to, how you handle a fight, and what you do in the moment someone gets close. Psychologists sorted that pattern into 4 kinds. Once you know which one is yours, a lot of your history starts to make sense. It goes back to something simple. As a child, you needed the people who cared for you and learned very, very early, before you had words for it, how reliable that care was. Did comfort come when you cried? Sometimes, almost never. Your nervous system took notes, and those notes became a kind of blueprint for closeness that carried you into every relationship since. You learned how to love before you could talk about it. Researchers first watched this in young children and then found the same 4 patterns running through adults, in friendships and marriages and everything in between. Let me walk you through all 4. You'll probably recognize yourself in one. You may recognize the people you have dated in others. The first is secure. About half of people land here. A secure person is comfortable being close and comfortable being apart. When there's a problem, they tend to say it plainly and can expect it can be worked out. They're not playing games, not keeping score, not waiting for the other shoe to drop. If you've ever met someone who is just steady, easy to trust, hard to rattle, you met a secure attachment. It is not that they never struggle, it's the closeness that doesn't scare them, and the distance doesn't either. Secure, close is fine, apart is fine. The second is anxious. An anxious person wants closeness and lives with a quiet alarm that's about to be taken away. They read tone of voice like a weather report. A slow reply can ruin an afternoon. When they feel distance, they don't pull back. They move towards, sometimes hard, needing reassurance that everything is okay. It comes from a childhood where there was sometimes and gone the other times. So they learn to watch closely and hold on tight. The gift of this style is deep devotion. The cost is a lot of worry that the person they love cannot always soothe. Anxious, I want you close and I'm afraid you'll leave. The third is avoidant. An avoidant person values independence above almost everything, and closeness past a certain point makes them uneasy. They're often fine until a relationship gets serious, then they feel a strange urge to pull away, to find flaws, to need space they cannot quite explain. It usually traces back to a childhood where leaning on someone didn't pay off, so they learn to rely on themselves and treat needing people as a weakness. From the outside, it can look cold. From the inside, it is often a person who learned young that depending on others was not safe. Avoidant, I'd rather rely on myself. The fourth is the hardest, and it's a mix of the last 2. It's sometimes called fearful or disorganized. This person wants closeness and fears it at the same time. They pull you in, then push you away, then panic that you left. It usually comes from a childhood where the person who was supposed to be safe was also at times a source of fear or chaos. So closeness itself got wired to danger. This style carries the most pain because the very thing they want is thing that scares them. It's also the one that responds most to safety and often to real help. Fearful, come here, no go away, no come back. Now, a few honest things about all of this. The first is that these are patterns, not prison sentences. It's tempting to hear your style and then decide that's just who you are now. That's not what the research says. Attachment can move. The most common way it moves is towards secure, and it usually happens through relationships, through being around someone steady long enough that your old blueprint slowly updates. People also move the other way after enough betrayal. The blueprint that is not fixed. You're looking at a pattern you learn, and anything learned can be unlearned. Your style is a pattern, not a permanent trait. The second is that certain pairings pull hard and they are worth knowing. Anxious and avoidant often find each other and they get stuck. The anxious one moves forward, which makes the avoidant one pull back, which makes the anxious one chase harder. Each is triggering the other's oldest fear, and it can feel like the most intense relationship of their lives when it's really just 2 blueprints colliding. If you've lived in that loop, it was not a personal failure. The third is the useful part. Just naming your style changes how you act inside it. If you know you run anxious, then the next time a slow reply sets off your alarm, you can recognize the alarm for what it is instead of obeying it. If you know you run avoidant, then the next time you feel the urge to find a reason to leave someone good, you can pause and then ask whether that's a real problem or just closeness setting off an old warning. The pattern does not vanish, but you stop being run by something you can't see. None of this tells you who to love. It tells you what you're bringing to the room before anyone says a word. And it tells you that the steadiest, healthiest thing a person can grow towards, secure attachment, is not something you are either born with or not. It is something a lot of people build slowly, usually with the help of someone who stays. You were never just difficult or too much or too cold. You were running a blueprint you got before you could choose it. Now you can see it. And the next time you feel yourself reaching or retreating, you can ask the better question, not what's wrong with me, but which pattern is this and do I want to follow it? Name the pattern, then choose. Start there. Sometimes the person standing in your way is you, quietly wrecking the very thing you said you wanted. There's a reason we do that, and it's not weakness. That one's next. I'll see you there.